when you get to stuff like that, we can always solve that graphically. And that was one reason why I had to do a few problems where they showed you how to solve it graphically. So to do this problem, what do I do to both sides? Fifth power, I like it. So you get 1 minus 5x equals negative 32. Subtract 1 and negative 33 divided by negative 5. I get x equals 33 over 5. Which again you can check just to make sure you get the answer right, because it was an odd root. It should not be an extraneous solution. You just check it to make sure you did your work right. Okay, so here's the, let's see, I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything. Here's the ultimate level of this stuff. I know, we're not quite there yet. We haven't gotten to the final form yet of this. Freezer. Oh, well, maybe I should take one out here so I don't freak myself out. Here we go. Oh, we're not even going to be the final form yet. Haha. Let's see, let's make this, get up here. Make this 4, sorry. Steal one from the book here. Hopefully it makes sense what you're supposed to do here. Yeah, I mean, if this was the absolute value of x plus 4 plus 6 equals 7, I still have a few people that don't know this, but what must you do first? Good. So you isolate. So with anything, if it was x plus 4 squared plus 6 equals 7, what's the first step? Holy shit. So you isolate where the variable is stuck first, and then you unstick the variable. That's what you basically almost always do. I isolate this first because I know how to do absolute value equals a number. I can do both cases, but I have to get it equal to one number first. I know if I subtract this, I can take a square root of both sides, right, to kill the square. Here, I know I can square both sides. Now, if I squared both sides right now, why would that so desperately suck? Because you would have to do what with this? It would suck for 2 reasons. You would have to FOIL that. Do you see that? Because there are 2 terms here. You'd have to FOIL it, write it twice. And once you do that, the radical would not even be gone. It would still be there in the middle term. Holy shit. The whole reason I square is to kill that damn thing, right? So of course the first thing I want to do is get the radical by itself. So I always joke that this sounds like I'm teaching a class on how to be a tyrant in a country. I have a little country. You're the tyrant. Radical element, isolate it and kill it, right? This is what you would do if you were a tyrant of a little country. Little radical element, they want to overthrow you, isolate them and kill them. Yay. So here, you want to isolate the radical element and then kill it. And of course, to kill it, I just square. It's crazy. X plus 4 equals 1. X equals crazy. And if I check it, negative 3 plus 4 is 1, plus 6 is 7, check. Yay. Okay, maybe. A few of you guys look a little bored, which is good. Bored is better than confused. So here now, so hopefully you guys picked up on the fact that that wasn't the final form yet. I'm just holding back. I'm going to go Super Saiyan 3 now. There we go. So wait and see what we got. Now, let's do this. Here we go. I'm going to let you guys think about this for a minute before I tell you what to do. Where'd you go? There you are. You're a gross looking little dude. There's a little bit something you do though to make it a little bit better. How many radicals do I have up there? I have 2 radicals, right? Are they like terms?
Yes.
Are they like terms?
No.
Hell no, right? This is square root of x plus 2. This is square root of 3x plus 4. They're not like terms. So if this was square root of x plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2, I can make it 2 square root of x plus 2, and that would be fine. Because I really wouldn't have 2 radicals. I just have pieces of 1. But this is 2 separate, totally separate radicals. Oh shit. But the process does actually not change. You still isolate one of the radical elements, and then you imagine what you got to do. You got to isolate the other. If you got two radicals, you're gonna have to square twice eventually, right? You could square the way it is, but it gets a little bit overly disgusting. So I would highly recommend. You don't have to, but you can. I would highly recommend getting one of them by themselves first, at least, right? So when I square, I actually could directly kill one of the radicals. Some of you guys might realize you really don't have to. It just keeps things a little bit cleaner. So what do I do to both sides right now? Square. So over here I'm going to have to do what? Foil. Yeah, you can't just square each piece. Okay. So I'll do this side. Okay, do my half. You guys done? Yeah, Jeff, you're funny. You're really funny. So you write that same thing twice. Don't get overly optimistic and write it 2 minus and 2 plus. The middle term will not cancel, right? So what do you get when you start to FOIL this out? You get 4. You minus 2 of these, minus another 2 of these. Is that cool? So the middle terms become minus 4 of these. Is everybody with me on that so far? We're not done yet. So I got 4, minus 2 of these, minus 2 of these, so it's minus 4 of these. And at the end I get plus, what's rad 3x plus 4 times rad 3x plus 4? 3x plus 4. See, I just have to realize why I'm trying to get you to realize that, because it makes these kind of problems so much quicker. It's already long. Shit, I don't want to be longer just because I don't get that. Square root of something to square root of something is set something. The square roots cancel. Now, what do you think I do? I do the same thing I always do. You are the leader of this little country. You are going to isolate the radical element, right? So you isolated one radical element and you killed it. You got to isolate the other radical element and then kill it. Do you guys see this? What's going on here? Some of you guys do? Yes?
How did you get the 3x plus 4 out of the radical?
So again, because at the end that would be square root of 3x plus 4 times square root of 3x plus 4, right? Which another way to look at that is the square root of 3x plus 4 squared. Those cancel. So square root of 7 times square root of 7 is 7. Square root of y times square root of y is y. Square root of 3x plus 4 times square root of 3x plus 4 is 3x plus 4. Okay. Anytime a problem takes more than 4 steps, that's where some of us are like, I've done enough of this problem. If it's not done yet, that's the problem's problem. It ain't my problem. Shit. Yeah.
Would it be as you combine like terms there? Oh,
good.
No,
all right.
It's not squared anymore.
So x plus 2 equals 3x plus 8. I mean, I can only do so much here, right? Isolate your radical element. So a slightly better thing to do, you see, if I just add this over, I don't get all these negatives. Do you see that? If I subtract the x and the 2 and add these 3x plus 4s over here, get my radical on one side and everything else on the other side, right? Then I don't get everything as negative. Do you see, if you do it the other way, everything's negative, it gets a little freaky. So I get 4 of these, and I moved over, and then I get 2x minus or plus 6. Just say it. I just want to make sure you guys are actually mentally engaged a little bit. So this is what you should expect. If I have 2 radicals, I'm going to have to square twice. When I square once, I'm going to get another radical in the middle of all this shit. So I got to get all this shit out of the way, get the radical by itself, and then square again. I know it's a lot of steps. This is not a lot of steps, by the way. This is not. So now, do you see how, is the radical by itself? No, there's a 4 there, right? But if I divide by 4, I'm going to make some fractions, am I not? I could divide by 2. That won't make any fractions, right? So let me just show you how this works. You could square both sides the way it is now. If I square both sides, I get 16 times this. But let me cancel what I can without making fractions. I'm not going to make fractions if I don't have to. And I never need to make fractions until the end. Well, almost never. So right now, if I divide by 2, you don't have to divide by 4. Let me just divide by what I can. Stay with me now. And I get 2 radical 3x plus 4 equals x plus 3. Is that cool? Now square both sides. No C shit. Wait a minute. Is this the same problem? Yes. Totally is. So what do I get when I square this?
2 times 3. Oh, it's 4.
4 times 3x plus 4. Is that cool? 2 squared is 4. Radical 3x plus 4 squared is 3x plus 4. The radical and the square cancel. So no reaction. I have no idea what the hell you guys do. Over there, what do I get?
4.
Good. Don't forget the middle term. Write that twice. Oh my God. Yes?
That's right where you're standing. So you use x plus 2, and then you subtract x minus 2. Wouldn't you subtract x plus 2?
I got to subtract x.
Oh,
And I gotta
you're doing
subtract
2
2.
different things there.
I mean, this subtracting the whole thing, isn't that the same thing? Is minus x minus 2? I just much rather take it individually so I don't make a mistake and think it is plus 2. It's got to be minus 2 to kill the positive. Cool. Alright, so what do I get here? We're almost done. Stay with me. Come on. I don't have a shirt to give you once we solve this, but just stay with me. And then, huh?
Do you factor it?
Not quite yet, right? You got to get it
Oh, it's here.
equal to 0 first. And what tells me? If that wasn't there, I would just solve for x. I can get all my x's together. The minute I got an x with a higher power or a different power, I have to get it equal to 0. Factor it. So I get 0 equals x squared minus 6x minus 7.
X minus 7.
Good. So x equals 7. X equals, what is that, Jeff? Plus 1, right? Negative 1. And of course, the very last thing you have to do is check. Now, it could be none of them work, one of them works, or both of them could work. So let's see. If I plug a 7 in, I get square root of 9 plus square root of 25. It's supposed to equal 2. 3 plus 5 is not 2. But you see how, because I squared, I lost information about what was negative, what was positive. If that was 5, what am I trying to say? If that was, yeah, it's 3 and 5. So if it was 5 minus 3, that would equal 2. Right? I want you to understand, that's why we got an answer that doesn't work. Because when I squared it, I lost information about what was positive, what was negative. And I squared the damn thing twice. Shit, now there's 2 places where I can get answers that don't work. So that didn't work. What if I try? So 7 is no good. Negative 1. I'll get square root of 1 plus square root of 1 equals 2. Check. Yay. That works. And I am getting every now and again people throwing out negative answers to absolute value problems and stuff. You can put a negative inside an absolute value. Now here, somebody might throw the negative 1 out because they're square roots. But when you plug a negative 1 in, you get positive numbers. So don't just throw it out automatically because it's negative. What matters is what kind of number does it make it happen inside? What kind of number does it become? Because positive number is fine. It works. So that's the ultimate form of that section 12.6. What are we doing? Oh, good. I'm going to let you guys try one more problem on your own, and then we're going to head out. Wait. Here, you guys try this, and I'll shut up for a little while. Finally. I'll be nice to you. So what do you do first? Now let me ask you a quick question. Can you tell me what's the smallest z could possibly be? 6. That's exactly right. Why?
Because it's the main.
Yeah. And if I try anything less than 6, this guy's going to freak out, right? This guy can go all the way down to -9, but he can only get down to 6. It's like, that's not for you. I can't handle that shit. So I already know that anything, if I get z less than 6 at all, that's bogus. That's out. It's no good. But what can I do? I've already got a radical by itself. That's nice. So I can just go ahead and square it the way it is. Yeah, I'll do that side. Over here, what do you get? 9. 3 and 3 is 6 of these. Plus that. The square root of that times square root of that is that. So So cleaning this side up a little bit, I get 3 plus 6 rad z minus 6 plus z equals z plus 9. Just put my like terms together, is that cool? If you wrote English, Jeff, that would probably be helpful. Yeah, that's true in general. Now what's interesting here is what happens to the z. That's always nice when that happens in these problems. And I can subtract 3. I get 6 rad z minus 6 equals 6. And then I can go ahead and do something we didn't do last time. I can go ahead and kill the 6, because I won't be making any fractions. Are you with me? You could square both sides right now, but I might as well reduce what I'm working with. You guys still with me? And then I can do what to both sides? Square it. Z minus 6 equals 1, z equals 7, which works if you try it. 3 plus square root of 1, so 4 equals square root of 7 plus 9, 16 is 4. It works. 4 equals 4. Groundbreaking. All right. Everybody got a practice test, right? So tomorrow I'll have the answer key, and I'll have your quizzes graded, and as much homework as I can manage.
Will you do section 12 page?
For the next test.
For
So
the next test.
tomorrow we're going to do 12-7, and then the rest of the day tomorrow is devoted to review, just like we did last time. Oh, I still got to post the My Math Lab homework, 12-6, 12-7.